If you are thinking of becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business, there are certain things you need to do before you start. In today's episode, I'm talking to the people who are thinking of becoming entrepreneurs, who want to start a business. I'm going to share with you some certain things that you must do before you become entrepreneur. Let's do it. The first thing you need to do before you start a business is save money. You need to save money, my friend. The more money you save, the better. If you are thinking of starting a business and you are still in a job while you travel every 3 months, 6 months to a different country, or even within your country, you're buying a fancy clothes because it's a brand, or you want to impress the people that you hang around with, that you socialize with. You hang around with friends every weekend, you eat outside in restaurants, you take away most of the times, and you want to start a business, right? You need to change this. You need to start saving money. You need to lock in and start saving as much as possible. Because here is the thing, I promise you, once you start that business, once you take that step, you will need every pound in your account. The more money you have, the more time you save, the more you fix more problems, the more the things go quickly and smoothly, and you don't find too much challenges. The less money, the more problems. So start saving from this day if you are planning to have a business. The second thing is build a network before you need it. Network is a crucial. Whatever the business you want to do, you need to take a step and start talking to the people who are doing exactly the same business as the one that you want to do. I know to step outside and start talking to the people about your business, especially with the people who are doing exactly what you want to do, because you think, why those people, they're gonna speak to me, why they gonna tell me stuff, I'm gonna do exactly what they're gonna do. And I got you, I've been thinking in this way as well. Before I start my business, I found it so difficult for me to go outside and talk to the people who are doing exactly the same business that I want to do. But once I step outside and start talking to the people, I was amazed. People, yes, there were some people that they share with you less information. They tell you like, this is a good idea, this is a business, but it is hard, it is stuff like this, but they don't go deeper with you. Everyone is different, but in my experience, a lot of things that I have learned before I start a business, it comes from the people who are already having their business for years. They tell me what to expect, what the things that I should do, what suppliers I need to go and start build a connection with them. All that stuff, if it will trust me without connecting or building a network around me, it will be mega difficult for me, and it will make me more not going as fast as I want to be. So you need to be around the people who are doing exactly what you want to do. Opportunities comes from people, clients comes from people, customers comes from people. The more the network you have, the more there is opportunity to get bigger in the business. So start connecting now, start looking for your people. And the beautiful thing is you don't need to be around those people locally. There is internet, there is Instagram, there is Facebook, there is a lot of platforms when you can reach people who are doing exactly what you want to do, and you can talk about that things. The world looks so small with internet, so it's a big chance for you to connect with people around the world who are doing exactly what you want to do. And I promise you, there is so many things you can learn when you start network with your people. So go for it. Don't think, why they gonna tell me this stuff? I'm not like them, they are ahead of me, I'm still in the beginning, I will feel embarrassed and all that stuff. That stuff, just turn it off. It's a thought that is playing in your head. It's not gonna help you in any way. Turn it off, step outside, start making connection from today. Understand the lifestyle, not just the idea. It's a beautiful thing that you have an idea about the business that you want to start, but you need to be very specific about what the lifestyle that is comes around the idea. Because entrepreneurship is a long night, sacrifices, failure, uncertainty, rejection, decisions. You need to be clear and honest with yourself. Am I ready to take a step and work super hard than any other job that I did in my life? Am I willing to fail? Am I willing to get rejected, to be misunderstood by everyone around me? Am I willing to put it at work and be just me and work and being unknown for years? Am I willing to go through this? And this is the lifestyle you need to create around your idea, because the more you know what to expect, what you have to do in your life, in your 24 hours, based on the idea, based on the business that you want to do, the more you don't get into the points when it gets hard and you give up. And this is where most people, they live in the same circle. They find something exciting and they be like, you know what, that's what I want to do. It seems exciting, I want to do this. And you take a step, you start learning about that business idea, maybe you take the first step, the second step. But once you realize that it's hard, it requires so much work from you, it has to be difficult, you should go and fail, you don't know anything about that business, you have no skills, for example, or you have no network, you still have to go through a lot. You found it difficult and you give up. And you step back and suddenly you see something else and you be like, oh, that's exciting, let's go and try this thing. And you start trying that thing again. And once it gets hard, you give up. And you found yourself for years, I hope it's not for the rest of your life, that you stay into a circle of finding something exciting, start doing it. Once it gets hard, you step back, you give up, and you start looking for something else that looks exciting for you to start again. And you keep living your whole life in that circle between what is exciting and when it gets hard. When you can be really honest and understand, this is gonna be super hard for me, it's gonna be challenging, it's gonna be difficult, but this is the lifestyle, this is the business, this is the idea that I want to do, and I'm willing to create a lifestyle around it. Learn the basic of sales. No sales, no business, right? The earlier you learn sales, the better. Learn to sell a product even before you have a product. Whatever the thing that you want to start selling as in your business, you don't have to have it to start learning sales. Maybe you can start learning sales before you have it. Maybe you learn it from internet, or you can put yourself in the practice. I'm sure in your house, you have some trainers, you have some jumpers, you have a bike, whatever you have in your house that you don't use anymore. You can take that thing and start selling it. Put pictures of it on internet. Talk to the people that you work with. Hey, I have a trainers, I have a bike that I want to sell. Do you want to have a look and see if that's what you want? You start practicing with the people that you know, and you practice based on the things that you have in your house. There is no harm if you saw that. That's the good thing. If it's not, your life doesn't depend on that thing. But when you quit your job and you start the business, you have to make sales. You have to start having customers and sell that things to the people. Otherwise, there is no business if there is no sales. So practice early. The more you learn about the sales, the more you practice early, the better. And once you start the business, you will have that skills to learn. You will be more comfortable with telling people about your products, about your prices, about anything about related to your products when it comes to sales. If you can't sell, you can't get the clients, you can't get the customers, you can't grow. The sales is the oxygen. You need to learn it as early as possible before you start that business. Prepare for the death line. There will be a moments when you wanna quit, when everything is falling apart, when everything is not working, when there is no results, there is no progress, there is no moving forward. All what you wanna do is just scream, cry, or disappear. You need to prepare yourself for these moments. Every entrepreneur hates it. It's not just you, it's every person in the business, they go through these moments. So the more you prepare yourself from the beginning for going through this, the better. Don't fear it, but go through it. I've been reading a book called The Hard Thing About the Hard Things by Ben. He is the CEO of a technology company. Basically, he was in a big trouble. Everything in his company was falling apart. He was going to bankrupt, and he was hearing everyone telling him a certain advices. You should do this, we should sell the company, we should hire those people, we should fire those people, we should do this, we should do this. You know, when you have a big company, you have a huge team, and everyone is putting something, giving a certain advice, and I can tell that that person in that moment, all what he wants to do is just disappear somewhere to think by himself. And he said that he knew that nobody is going to take him out of the trouble except himself, because he is the only one who has a complete picture, which is the vision. And that's the death line. When nothing is working, when everything is falling apart, and you keep hearing all the stuff around you, but you stay prepared for it, you stay committed to that thing by being connected to your vision. And it's a great example that you can learn from it. If you stay focused, if you stay connected to your vision and what the big picture, because nobody else can see it except you. You are who have that business. If you stay connected to your vision, there is a big chance that when the death line happens to you, you will survive it. Build discipline first. If you can't be disciplined now, you won't magically be disciplined when you start a business. And the best way to build that discipline is start practicing now. Start having that committed now. Whatever you do in your life, maybe you go to the gym, maybe you're on a diet, maybe you want to eat healthy, maybe you like to wake up at a certain time, maybe you want to have or do some certain tasks every day and you want to stay committed to it. So whatever those things that you do in your life, already you are doing them, start building discipline through that things before you start a business. I go to the gym 3 times, 4 times a week, so I'm going to be disciplined that I'm going to the gym in those days, in those certain times. It doesn't matter if I feel it or if I don't feel it. It doesn't matter if it's snowing, if it's cold, if it's raining, if it's too hot. I'm going to do that thing. I want to eat healthy, or I'm gonna be on a diet. I need to quit sugar, for example. So I will be disciplined. I will start practicing that discipline in those certain things that I'm already living in my life. Therefore, when you start building that discipline now, once you start the business, you will be more disciplined in that business, because entrepreneurship requires a lot of consistency. When nobody knows you, when you are unknown, when nobody around, when nobody even know who you are or what you're doing in your life, you need to be consistent in whatever you do. And that discipline, you can build it now on whatever you do in your life before you start that business. Thank you for investing your time in watching this episode. If you want to find out the reasons to become entrepreneur, there was an episode here. If you want to learn how entrepreneurs think, there was an episode here. I spoke in details about how entrepreneurs think, and I gave you a mindset shift that you can start applying today so you can start thinking like an entrepreneur. Take care of yourself, take care of your life, and I will see you in the next time.